So we're doing day 11, 12, and 13 because I realized there's no day 14, so that makes day 13 the last day, and to have 20 minutes of me ranting on about the flight home is not fun because I would rant on about every single thing I did in 16 hours and condense it to about a minute and a half for each, and you'd be sitting here thinking, oh my god, no, she's gonna say she's sleeping one more time, and that's just never fun. So, I thought I'd cut it down for you and put it into one video. My max is 20 minutes, so it's not going to be 10 minutes of like me arguing about one day and then talking with the other and then kind of like shoving in my private life at the very end. So this is the last video for China, and I'm kind of sad about it because this is the last video and I don't get to relive my memories anymore. But I think that this whole experience of being back for 2 weeks, and it feels like such a long time ago that we were back in China, and all the people who I got to know, it's kind of taught me that no matter how much you want to hang on to something, you gotta let it go, because time takes everyone prisoner. So, that being said, I have memories there, I shared them, I'm done. Sad about that, kind of happy because I don't have to keep ranting on. And we're gonna move on after this video. How exciting is this? So, Saturday video will be something like lame. But anyway, let's stick with China. So, day 11. What did we do day 11? I can tell you exactly what we did day 11. Day 11, we woke up. I know. Shocking, right? We woke up on day 11. But what's interesting about this waking up is after we woke up, we went to the Chamber of Commerce. And you're like, what? You guys went to go see what? This was an international business trip. On an international business trip with my school, it's kind of expected that you do something related to the thing. So we had a biology trip, go out to South Africa. We had a Habitat for Humanity trip, go out and clear landmines in Cambodia. And my trip, which was the international business trip to China, had to go do international business. So our international business was going to the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, and we went there. We spent an hour. Funnily enough, they forgot that we were coming, so they're kind of like, whoops. They came up with a pretty good presentation in like 5 minutes. And they went with it, and it was pretty great. I have to say, it was a pretty good presentation. So, yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was the one giving all the gifts as thank you to every single place. It's really awkward, because they don't make it easy to give gifts. They're kind of like, okay, thank you, and you stand up, and they're like, oh, by the way, and you're like, crap, and you sit back down, but then they're not going to say something like that. They go on to something else, and you're like, what? Wait, what? So they didn't make it easy, you know, but it was great to be pictured with all those people. I was with the president of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, one of the workers, and an intern, who I call Robert the Intern. And if any of you listen to Welcome to Night Vale, you will know that if I'm adding the word intern at the end of someone's name, they're not going to live very long. But I'm not. But that's only in the thing. Robert is great. He's great. He goes to Waterloo. That's okay. Like when we found out when he goes to Waterloo, people were like, "Yo, Waterloo!" And I'm like, so I was spreading the word back at school, like, dudes, if you ever want to go into business, go to Waterloo because Waterloo has a co-op with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong. So he lives there and all that fun jazz. So then we went to a Manmo temple, and I don't know what type of religion temple it was, but it was beautiful to be in there. Really smoky. Like, I thought Beijing was bad for smog. Jeez, I couldn't see straight. All my pictures of the great smog around them. But the way I did it was black, white, and red. So the red shows up with the oranges for the candles, but you can't really see the gray kind of blends it out. So it looks really cool. But anyway, then we went to the Cat Street Market. This, according to my mom, is the typical Hong Kong street market. Small alley, houses running parallel to each other, and then you have a couple of vendors spread out, and they're selling everything you can imagine, but nothing you need. I'm like, so we walked one way, we walked the other way, and as we were waiting for the group to catch back up with us, I notched a couple of people to go down to McDonald's down the street. They didn't even make it down the stairs before the people started coming back. We're like, guys, the notch is off. It's been revoked. Get back up here. So yeah, the funny thing is that they actually listened to me because apparently girls aren't allowed to play the notch game. I was kind of like, well, that's sexist. So yeah. Then, as we're going to lunch, we see a Lamborghini. Now, being on a trip with 15 guys, you're kind of like, God, not a car. But no, it was a Lamborghini, and let me say, everyone went nuts over it. Apparently, it was one of only 50 or 150 in the world. And everyone was like, it's great, don't care. We had lunch. If I'm not mistaken, that's where we were at the Jumbo. It is a floating restaurant. No, it does not float, much to my disappointment. It's in the middle of the water. It does not bob up and down like a boat. I was like, what kind of a boat? What kind of a restaurant is this that floats that doesn't float? Just water goes around. It's like, kind of like an island. Yeah, food was okay. That's where I became known as the noodle girl. Because what happened was they put the Lazy Susan, they put the noodles on the Lazy Susan, they spun the noodles around, and I'm like, noodles! And I thought, like, you would have thought that the world was ending and I was starving because I hadn't seen food in like 14 days. But I had seen food, but those noodles were so good. I ate like the whole plate of noodles, just off the mushrooms. And the next table over is like, guys, go get your noodles because the vegetarian table still are noodles. So I'm like, here, Josh, go give this. So Josh gets up and gives it, and there's like literally like mushrooms left, and they're like, yeah, no, we want noodles, not mushrooms. I'm like, should have come earlier. Then we went to walk along this absolutely stunning beach. And here we are on a beach in Hong Kong. I have no idea where the hell we are. I don't actually know what beach we're on.
Hong Kong.
Yes, thank you, Josh. We are in Hong Kong on a beach. It's absolutely stunning here.
Hong Kong dollars, you can swim in that boat.
It's like absolutely glorious. Just taking the
sights.
sights.
100, you can swim that boat out there. Exactly, go with it.
Just doing a quick panorama because I need to be able to remember this. In the distance over there, see if I can zoom in on it, it's Ocean Parks, where we'll be heading tomorrow for our last day on the China trip.
You guys want to play hacky sack?
And there's a bunch of people here, since we just came in from China, who want to play hacky sack on the beach.
Nope.
This is going to be interesting. I hope you're doing well, Veronica. Well, when I make this, I hope you're doing well. It's like, what, 1 in the morning there for you? I don't know. Alright. Ship to me from now. So, isn't it beautiful, that beach? Like, just the way the settings are, and I don't know if you saw, but there's that one hill, there's the two parts that's kind of cliff, there's a cliff, and there's like one random complex right up here. That's Jackie Chan's house. Yep! I was in 10 kilometers of Jackie Chan's house. Now, how many people can say that? 23, 22 other people. But that's okay. It's okay. I hold on to my small victories. Then we went to Stanley Market. Now, Stanley Market is a really nice market. They've got everything that is made like normally there. No knockoffs or anything. You can go buy whatever. We only got an hour, which my mother freaked out about. She's like, you only had an hour at Stanley Market? No wonder you couldn't buy anything. I'm like, exactly. You need more than an hour there. I mean, I hate shopping, but I was like, I need more than an hour here. Wow. She said that when she went to Hong Kong, she went to Stanley Market for 6 hours. I had to do the whole thing in an hour, so we're literally like breezing past, like looking, do we need this, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going. It was like run, 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 run. So, yeah. Then we went to Victoria Peak for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I mean, you're thinking, okay, nice view. What else can you do at the top? But they have a shopping center up there. So I'm looking for something that I want to buy, and I can't find it because A, they don't have the store I'm looking for, and B, I only have 45 minutes to go look for it. Really, guys? Really? I don't need 4 freaking hours to eat dinner. I can eat in an hour. Just gonna go. We went to dinner. It was on the harbor again. We went back to the harbor. Saw the light show. Here we have Victoria Harbor. About 7:45 on Monday, March 17th. 15 minutes before the light show. According to our guide, sorry, 3 minutes before the guide, the light show. I don't even know what time it is. Okay, 7:56. 7:56. Apologies. According to our guide Calvin, I missed Simon, but according to Calvin, we will have 60 buildings lit up and set to music for 15 minutes, which is. Most people would think, hey, that's not too hard, but if you're controlling 60 buildings by internet, sounds pretty daunting.
One of the buildings, you see that?
Yeah.
The building with the antenna. Can you see the one right in the middle? That's the one of them.
I love this, it's such a comfortable. Can you put it louder?
Largest permanent lighted sound show, showcasing Hong Kong's spirit and energy.
journey of awakening and discovery across the harbour to reveal the beauty and magnificence of Asia's World City, a city that celebrates light and love.
Represent the buildings participating in this spectacular lighting.
And when we got back to the hotel, we started sending notes under the door with the guys next door, and we're gonna like, whoa. It was hilarious because at one point, they were being really annoying. So you know in those old movies that the girls kiss everything, XOXO, we did that. We got someone to put on lip gloss. She kissed everything before we sent it under the door. So then, I remember that one of my roommates was carrying around a bunch of pads because she was all like, oh, if I put pads on top, no one's going to steal anything from me because you're going to be like, ew. Well, we decided to test that theory. So we wrote on a pad, I don't remember what we wrote. We wrote something, but we signed it with a kiss. It was XO. We got someone to kiss it again. We slid it under the door and we sat around. We pretended we didn't do anything. We just kind of talked. And all of a sudden, all you hear are ear-splitting screams. Oh my gosh. You would have thought that there were like 5-year-old girls being tortured next door. But no! It was 16-year-old guys freaking out because they saw an unused pad. Unused. It's not like we sent a used pad from someone's like underwear. No, it was unused. It was just kissed. Oh my gosh. Funniest thing. And that just made my life that day. Absolutely. And then, let's see. Quote of the day is, name isn't even 2% of that. Because we're talking about the same guy. He wasn't next door. The guy everyone was making fun of on a trip. Don't judge. So next day we went to Ocean Parks. Okay, I can't really say much about that. We went to Ocean Parks. We went on the ride. It was great. There was one ride that scared the absolute crap out of me because you start and it's like a little circular thing and you kind of go wee, but you don't go like wee like this. You go like wee, and then you go wee. When they're holding you here for the 2 seconds, I nearly pissed myself. It was absolutely terrifying. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna fall out. But it's the fact that it's on a hill. Because Ocean Parks, the way Ocean Parks works is you get in and you're right by the ocean. You're on the ocean. You get in and you're kind of like on flat-ish ground. Maybe you're like 100 meters above sea level. No big deal. You're not at sea level. So you're kind of like maybe here. Sea level's here. Kind of like here. You're like fine and dandy wandering around here and all that. Kind of hills and stuff, but nothing big. Then all of a sudden you go up this massive cable car ride to like here. This is 100 meters. You're up here. Keep in mind that you're also upside down, on top of the mountain, looking out over the ocean. Stunning views! I really would have loved to take a camera up there. But honestly, I think I would have just like held on to my camera going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm gonna drop this. So I didn't do that. And besides, it's not allowed to take stuff up there. In case you drop it and break your camera, you can't sue them. So we had Ocean Parks. There was this awesome rainforest ride. I went on 6 times because it was just so great. And every time we went on, we were with a group of people who would drive who I haven't been on. So 3 of us get on. It's not my roommates. It's 2 of the guys from next door. The next hotel room, though, okay? The next hotel room. And the 3 of us look like we've just had a shower or someone threw us in a pool or something. And I'm so stoked. I'm like bouncing around. I'm like, yo, guys, we can do this. It's not... I think the best part about that was because it's the same boring ride. Like you go, if you think about it, the concept is absolutely dreadfully boring. You get on, you go around, you go down a bit, you go through a little tunnel, you go out, you come back up and you're around, and you're done. That's it. That's the whole ride. But I think the most fun part was the guy sitting beside me, who was the guy next door. Every time we got near one of the sprinklers, she'd go, oh god, no, not me, not me, not me. Like the whole thing was you're trying to get it to get him, so but not you. Oh, it was so funny. We had lunch. First time I didn't have Chinese food on the trip. Pretty cool, yeah? But then... Let's see. First time oh, now we had the marketing presentation. Ha, this is interesting. So they say, meet us for 4:30. And then Calvin, our tour guide, goes, okay, take the make sure you get yourself on the cable car for 4. So we're wandering around my group and I, and we're coming down one thing, and we get to the cable car line. And the cable car line is like down this like massive hill somewhere down there. You come up and around. It goes like this, up the hill, up, weaves through the buildings, around and through. So there's a group of kind of people, somehow we kind of know them. It's 2, 2, and 2. I kind of know the 2 guys. There's 2 guys, 2 shorter people, and a couple. People who hooked up on the trip, yeah, that's them. So I kind of joined them. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna cut half the people down there, but I'm part of this group, so yeah. So I kind of felt bad, but hey, you know what? They're part of my group. I can say I was part of their group and got cut off. So that's exactly what I did. Anyway, no one really complained. Like, they're like, whatever. This group can go in front of me. I'm like, I know, right? So we get on. And there's a reason we call the guy from that couple cable car now. Reason I will not say here. Let's just say that it was myself and my 2 guy friends on there, and I had a camera that had 48 times zoom, and the couple was 2 cable cars in front of us. I think you can see where we're going with this. So we get down. It's around 4:15. We get to the meeting point. Keep in mind at this point I'm still wet. Okay, I managed to get my hair to dry on the 10-minute cable car ride down because I took it out of the ponytail that it's always in, and the wind just ruffled it dry, and I'm like, ah. So I was still like damp. I got all the water out of me, but I was damp. Fine. So it was maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 4:45, and we had to leave the teacher out because 2 idiots decided that they were going to be late. Fine. So we're all in there enjoying the presentation. It was a really well done presentation. It spoke about how ocean parks managed to survive the coming in of Disneyland, which is a huge problem because when Disneyland enters a country, they're kind of like, oh, okay, all the amusement parks are gone. So that's what they did based on their values. They knew what values Hong Kong people wanted. So that's that. So they were talking about that, and the teacher had to wait outside for the 2 kids to come. Oh, when he came, I can imagine just how berated they were. Like, oh, it's been bad. But yeah, that was it. On the way out, after around 6, we were leaving the parks. It's absolutely stunning sunset. Like the sunset, it's kind of twilighty, you know. It's kind of the last rays of sun are going around. And right by the entrance, there's the hill, the mountain that goes up, and there's the ocean arena, and then there's the front gates. But we're in front of the front gates before you get like actually exit the park. There's a sign on the hill. It just looks so pretty. I didn't want to leave. I really didn't want to leave. There was just such sadness in me because I'm like, oh damn, I'm trying to be back home in Canada. It's kind of like that. But it was just so sad. But yeah, quote of the day was, guys, we're on the set of a movie. Because yes, I said that because yes, we were on the set of a movie. They were making a telemovie film or a telefilm for a Singapore TV station. I don't know. It looked sweet. Then we go to the night market, and one kid gets lost. And we're like, whatever. Pizza Hut was the best pizza I had that, like, ever had was the best piece of Pizza Hut. I'm pretty sure that if I go back there now, it'll be like, well, why did I ever think this is so good? But the pizza was amazing. Maybe because I was starving. Then the kid got lost in the night market, so of course one of the teachers goes out looking for him. Then the kid comes back, but the teacher got lost, so we're like, can't win with these people. Actually, I have 2 quotes of the day. No, that's my only quote. I lied, I'm sorry. Day 13! Departure. Yeah! I have no words to describe this. We went for breakfast in the morning to Starbucks because we slept until 9. Breakfast ended at 10:30, whatever, 10. And we're like with the pack. So we packed for the hour. We went downstairs and went to Starbucks and we treated my roommates to lunch. And we looked out over Victoria Harbor. And with the workday crowd coming in, the sun rising, the sun already rose over the skyline. And it's absolutely stunning there. Like it's warm. I close my eyes sometimes and I just bring myself back there. Like, it was an absolutely beautiful day. And we're sitting on the railings, and one of the most memorable quotes I said was, "It's not the end of a journey, it's the beginning of a new chapter." And I know you guys are like, oh, it's so cliche, why would you say that? And I know it's cliche, I know that. But I'm literally thinking of it in a different way than most people probably are. We all went to that thing, on that trip, not knowing a lot of people. I went on there thinking, oh my god, my roommates are gonna suck. I'm gonna have no friends. I'm gonna have a horrible time. I was not looking forward to going. I'm gonna be real with you. But once I got to China, and I realized just how crazy and insane and lovable my roommates were, and all the bunch of other people who were on the trip, I realized, wow, like, I think that we are bonded a lot. Like, yeah, so it's not the end of a chapter that we're all gonna close the door and not say, I don't know you anymore. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. We're gonna look at it and be like, hey, oh my gosh, remember that time? Remember that other time? Oh, remember this time? And you're just like, yeah, and you bonded, like, honestly, like, I'm still close with my friends, but, like, my roommates, people who I never thought I would ever become friends with, yeah, we have become quite good friends, like, we really have. So, then we left, made it to the Hong Kong airport. We checked in to the airport, had lunch. I bought people lunch. People thought I was in a really great mood, but, like, I just get rid of the Hong Kong money. But I was in a great mood that day, yeah. Then I got to the airport, and I'm sitting at the gate, and I finished lunch, and I can get YouTube for the first time, because I was having problems connecting at the hotel. So I get on, and I see all of Veronica's videos, and I've already said this several times, but when it just was so good to see her again, even though it wasn't, like, real. I'm so good to see her. And I did cry at the airport. I just sat there and just bawled my eyes. I'm gonna say this again, but I didn't know people thought so well. Like, I always thought people hated me, but apparently not. So, thanks for breaking that thought in my mind, Veronica. Like, wow. I think you deserve something special. Your souvenir. Yeah, I'm still not telling you what your souvenir is, but spoilers, sweetie. So we got on the plane. After that very random crying, people were like, what the hell is wrong? No, I'm not crying because I was having an emotional breakdown in China. I was crying because of a couple of videos, okay? So we're on the plane, whatever. We have a couple of good quotes from there. I just wanted to open the plastic because my friend wanted to open the plastic with the headphones. I'm like, really? Really? So he wanted that. Then we tried to recreate what we did on the first day, which was we put all the soup, the cookies, and the orange juice into the soup. I was dared to drink that. I had one sip. I'm like, I can't drink this, no. But I had one sip. Then we had the quote of the day. Because of the travel, I have 2 quotes of the day for this. So it's not the end of the journey, it's the beginning of an era. Beginning of a new chapter, sorry. And wait. Here, hold up. It goes, wait, New York isn't marked as a square, and it's the capital of the US. And just keep in mind, this is the smartest guy on the trip. The smartest guy I know, he's got like a 98 average and like everything. I'm like, wow, can you give me your brains so I can pass the chemistry quiz for tomorrow? Please. But he's claiming he was tired, but I think he forgot that Washington, D.C. was the capital of the United States, so. Yeah, and that's the trip. 21 minutes. I have over an hour of these recordings to listen to, so maybe close to 2 hours of these recordings, which is pretty cool, but yeah. So, that was China 2014 International Business Trip. And this is me, signing out for the last time about China. Toodles!